Aquarius, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well today. Couple of things up front. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And please do, if you like your reading, like, share, subscribe. And we'll get on with your reading here. All right, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know for April 30th through May 6th? Tell me, what does Aquarius need to know, Spirit? What does Aquarius need to know? Okay. What does Aquarius need to know? There was two there. And I know I only pick 4 cards for this first part, but this one just wanted to come out, so we're going with 5 today. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon, the 2 of Rods, the 7 of Rods, and the 5 of Pentacles. All right, we'll come back to those. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so we've got the 6 of Cups. That's very playful energy. The King of Swords, which that energy is air, so it's about logic and communication and task, getting stuff done. The Ace of Swords, something new, that same sort of realm. Judgment card, so you might be kind of on display or feeling like you're kind of on display. This is like a renewal, a transition of some kind. And we've got this Knight of Pentacles. So you kind of have this little story going. You might be kind of at this in-between stage, right? Or there's no real ending that I see here, but there is a little bit of a beginning that I see right here where, something new is starting. You're going through a transformation or a resurrection of some kind. And that is an infusion of new resources for you. But you kind of have this playful spirit going on over here. So Aquarius, that's not uncommon. You can be very playful people. So I'm not quite sure what you're planning or what. So remember, this is your foundation. So this is what led you up to the week of April 30th through May 6th. And it looks like you're kind of right on the edge of starting something new. And that is going to infuse some resources for you. Remember, this is the card that just didn't want to stay in the deck. And so what do we got? This is what you don't see coming. We have the Moon. So there are some illusions to this process. You might be, and that can be anything from somebody setting an illusion intentionally to, just you having on your own pair of rose-colored glasses, right? Or overthinking. But the Moon can mean a lot of things. But, the other side of it is it's also a reflection of your dreams, and it's a reflection of your intuition. So I think as you're going through this, I feel like as you've led up to this, you've had some intuition that's given you some insight, surprising insight. Let me put it that way. And it's something you need to listen to. All right. And this actually confirms that this 2 of Rods here is really about insight. It's about trusting your gut and kind of knowing what's going to happen next. Maybe not in full, maybe you don't have the full picture, but your intuition is kind of telling you and guiding you about what to do next, what decisions to make. You are triumphant in this process with the 7 of Rods. At least you have the upper hand anyway. You may not have completed the entire process and come out, triumphant completely, but you are in the middle of it and you have sort of the upper hand. This 5 of Pentacles, though, is it's diametrically opposite of this Knight of Pentacles. This is watch your spend. Don't, what's the saying? Don't count all your chickens till they're hatched, right? Make sure that you have what you need first, and that you've taken care of your needs before you spend on anything else. All right, because there might be something surprising that comes up there. Listen to your intuition. All right, let's see what happens the actual week of. What does Aquarius need to know the week of April 30th through May 6th? What does Aquarius need to know? Temperance. What does Aquarius need to know? I believe that card is you. What does Aquarius need to know? No, it's Sagittarius. That's not what I was thinking. What does Aquarius need to know? Those are great cards. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Rods, the King of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Lover's card. That's a lot too. All right, let's come back to that. So the Temperance card is really about getting that harmony of life right? It's about getting the alchemy, the elixir going, but it's also about support and growth and kind of having one foot in the material or physical world and one foot in the emotional world. So you're sort of balancing your thoughts and feelings and behaviors right now, and you've got a lot of help from spirit to lift you and make sure that you're gaining ground in that way, that you're able to do this with support. And you have a lot of support from spirit right now. You might hear my dog jingling in the background a little bit. um, so and that you can feel it, it is, you can feel the peace that comes with it. You might need to have some patience with this whole thing, but you can feel the peace that comes with the support that you're getting um, from spirit. And the message in this card is really about balance and moderation. When we look at the High Priestess, she is, definitely intuition, wisdom, the epitome of spirituality, your subconscious. So when I put these two together, the story here is you really do have one foot in the material world, one foot in the esoterical world, and you are using your subconscious. I really feel like you are feeding that subconscious intentional information to create your own life. You're taking accountability for where did you want to go, and you're trying to own that. And the critical thing here is that's wonderful. That's absolutely, you know, the path that we all want to take, right? And just make sure you're not trying to drag anyone else down that path, right? Because you can't control them. You can only control yourself. And so that being in spiritual connection like that, um, you can create and manifest from intention. And hopefully that's what you're doing. And it looks that way to me because we've got this 10 of Pentacles right here. And that means that you're creating that stability and putting it into place. And so some of your worries that you had in this foundation are sort of evaporating that week. And let's take a look at what you don't see coming. So here's that Triumph card, Nine of Rods. So that's succession from that Seven of Rods we saw and what you didn't see coming before. So there was some leverage you needed to have, and you used it. It worked well. We have the Pentacles, it's King of Pentacles. So there's that infusion of resources again. The Death card, the transformation is now happening, maybe a little sooner than you had anticipated. And the Lovers card, so these two together really talk about transformation in a very smooth way, a very smooth manner. Ruled by Scorpio, ruled by Gemini. The Lovers, the Lovers, it's about partnership and duality, but also choice, union. So there is some partnership here that you're working with in that transformation. So if you're listening to this and thinking about your love life, right, you are taking right down here, you're kind of wondering, is this the right, should I take this to the next level? It feels like I should. Up here, you're actually reaching out to spirit about that, and you're creating that stability. And here, that transformation is occurring. That relationship is really solidifying, right? When I look at this from a business or career perspective, same thing. It looks like you were sort of tiptoeing into a new situation, unique to what you've done in the past. And you've certainly connected with spirit to make sure that it is right for you. You've created that stability. Um, you're well on your way. That transformation is happening, and there's partnership involved here. You're not the only one involved, which is great. It's always good to have people working with you. All right, let's see what your outcome is. Tell me, Spirit, what is Aquarius's outcome for April 30th through May 6th? The Tower card. Well, what is Aquarius's outcome? So it looks like, well, let's see, bottom of the deck. We have the Fool, the Six of Swords, the Moon, and the Two of Rods. So you've had the Moon and the Two of Rods already a couple of times, or once in this reading. So taking a look at these two up here, and we'll clarify some of this in just a minute. Looking at this Tower, that card it's really about chaos. It's about things are getting stirred up, and so that's not that is not necessarily unusual. When you're going into something new, things are getting stirred up, right? And we'll clarify this card because it can also mean destruction, right? But it's given the other cards that we have on the table here. I feel like this is more about chaos and trying to create order in something new. And if you're from the corporate world, you've heard that term Stormin, Norman, Foreman, right? And so when you're creating something new, you might create this kind of stormy environment until you kind of normalize and get processes in place. But it does look like something very quick is happening. There might be some travel happening as a result of that week. So let's do some clarification. But first, let's look at what you don't see coming. So we have the Fool card. Okay, so you have this Fool card here. Fool card talks about innocence, new beginnings, and carefree. So when I put that also with this Moon card, I kind of feel like, it can be illusion and intuition. So I feel like if you are paying attention to your gut feelings, to your intuition, to the messages that you're getting, you might be able to avoid some of this. But it's your own innocence and the newness of this that is maybe leading you right to it, right? But we do have this Six of Swords, which talks about moving on. And I see it with kind of connecting with this Eight of Rods, which can be about travel, but it also is about things happening really fast. So the thing is I think you might be moving on from one thing to another, but it's always in a good way with this card. And we've got this Two of Rods here. And that's about really seeing, kind of looking into the future and knowing what's going to happen next. So this is one of those things where you're going to a better place. You're moving on to a better thing. It's moving in the right direction, but it's not without its hiccups, right? Okay. And that's just life. Life is not without hiccups, right? At least that's my experience. All right, let's clarify. I want to clarify this Judgment card and this Ace of Pentacles. I'd also like to clarify these two right here and this Tower card. So Spirit, why is the Ace of Swords here for Aquarius? Why is the Ace of Swords here for Aquarius? Okay, why is the Judgment card here for Aquarius? We have the Sun card. That's a great card. Why is the Judgment card here for Aquarius? Oh, there it is. Four of Cups. Yep. Okay. We've got more coming out. All right, Spirit, why is the Temperance here for Aquarius? Why is Temperance here? I'm going to put this Four of Cups with, this Four of Wands with the Four of Cups. Why is Temperance card here for Aquarius? It's not it. Why is Temperance? There it is. It's just flying out. Justice. Why is the High Priestess card here for Aquarius? Why is the Tower card here? Why is the Tower card here for Aquarius? Star in the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Cups, the Tower again, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Okay. Come back to those. So looking at this, so doing some clarification here. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords and the Sun card. When I look at the Sun card and the Ace of Swords together, so the Ace of Swords is about new beginnings, but it is about having a lot of logic and communication around it and the possibility of sort of tripping up on that. Mercury is retrograde, will still be retrograde at that time. And this is an air sign, so that Mercury kind of thing is there. And then we have the Sun card, and I kind of feel like everything feels really good at this point. What's led up to where we are right now and where you're going into that week of April 30th through May 6th. And so it feels really good, really, and it might be overshadowing the forecasted chaos coming. So you might want to make sure that, I'm not saying look for the other shoe to drop, because definitely don't do that. That's going into full-on negative thinking, but just make sure you're giving yourself a check on any information that you're getting that tells you to tweak this or turn this way or change things that way, right? In regards to the Judgment card, we have two kind of opposing cards here. They're both fours, which talks about stability, but the Judgment card is about that resurrection, that transformation, renewal, new perspective kind of stuff. And we've got this card that is sometimes about boredom. It's about not paying attention to everything that's going on around you. And you need to have a higher perspective. That this card is telling you to get up to that 30,000 foot view and really look at what is going on around you so that you can see all the other motives and intentions and pieces in the situation. And then we've got this Four of Wands, which is about partnership and union. It's a great card. It's a positive card. But just make sure you're getting that 30,000 foot view. And that's happening now. We look at this Temperance card. You got the Justice card, which is actually, Justice is a great card. It is about balance, clarity, and so you're using this time that Spirit is here to support you during that week to gain your clarity, to gain your balance, so that you can be effective in everything that you're doing. So that's actually exactly what you should be doing. You've got this Two of Swords with this High Priestess, which tells me you have a decision to make. And you're using this High Priestess methodology to make that decision. And so that methodology is about intuition, meditation, connection with Spirit. You're trying to do the right thing there. You've got the Star related to the Tower card. This is a lovely connection because Tower is about chaos, but the Star card is about hope and spiritual connection and magic. And so sometimes chaos creates the very thing that you wished for. So if you feel like there's a dust up happening, don't let it freak you out. Okay, so we got the Queen of Cups. There's definitely some compassion required here and some empathy. And we got this Tower card again, so that chaos is there. It's going to happen. You got this Ten of Wands. You might be feeling some stress, and that's probably related to this chaos and this need for compassion and empathy. And so soon after this, you need to take some rest. So whether or not that might look like just a couple of days off to garden, get your hands in the dirt, that kind of thing, or maybe a few days off to go on a quick vacation or staycation even. But whatever it is, it could be just some meditation. But whatever it is, your mind, body, and soul needs some rest, and that's what this Four of Wands is talking about. Okay, let's pull your messages for the week. What is the wisdom card for Aquarius this week? What is their wisdom card? Co-create. Wow, that's so appropriate for what your reading was about. And let's see, what is your energy card for this week? What is Aquarius's energy card this week? There it is. Oh, it's too many cards. What is Aquarius's energy card? There it is. Divine Matrix, also very appropriate. How much spiritual connection that you have going on this week. All right, so co-creation and Divine Matrix are very, very connected. The Divine Matrix is an energy card about how we're all connected, right? And that there's this, higher power that's listening to all of the intentions, all of the prayer, all of the requests, and trying to put that together in some kind of web of creation, right? And so it's, you've heard people say the term for the good of all, or that sort of, I'm asking for this, but in the reference so that it's good for all. It's that same sort of theory of it's all one big connection. And your co-creation with spirit is clearly marked out right here during that week, right, as your co-creation, and your divine matrix is coming into fruition here. So all of that, it's so appropriate. All right, let's see what your message from the Dreamweavers is. If you've not heard me talk about this before, this is a new deck, and it's called the Dreamweavers Oracle. And if you think about the Dreamweavers being the people that are actually weaving this matrix, right, as the request and prayers come up, and they're trying to create that matrix in that co-creation process, they have a message for you. And what is the Dreamweavers message for Aquarius for this week? All the willows know your name. All right, let's read this. It's always so interesting. A very creative deck. All the willows know your name. Being witnessed and seen by another, being understood, the flexibility of healthy relationships and interdependence. That's the essential meaning. It's such a beautiful feeling to know that you are truly seen by another or by a whole community. When you are known, accepted, and witnessed by others, you have a wonderful sense of connection and communication. You feel the grounded safety of belonging. Oh, yes, we all know what that feels like, right? There are the kinds of relationships present in your life now, and they provide you with plenty of room to grow. This sense of connection rises from a space of transparency, honesty, trust, and radical self-acceptance. You naturally invite others to see you as yourself and the fullness of your expression. When you shine, it comes from true desire to share, and that is compelling and attractive to others who can appreciate you. Know that right now you are seen, witnessed, respected, appreciated, and accepted. You don't have to look for approval, for you already have it. Remember that you shine on behalf of the divine. And isn't it amazing that all the willows know your name? Doesn't that feel good? So Aquarius, it kind of looks to me like you're on this. You're in the right group of people. You have the right friend group around you, and you can feel it. You can feel the groundingness of that acceptance, right? And that what we all work towards, that first level of Maslow's theory. All right, with that, that is your reading. for the week of April 30th and through May 6th. And I want to tell you that I appreciate you listening to your reading. And if you liked it, please do like it, share it, subscribe, whatever suits you to do that. And hopefully we will see you next time.